Are you ready to embark on a journey of exploration and unlock the magic of your wonder? There is so much more in the universe than we have been shown. It is time to ask those questions, dissolve those barriers, and embrace your extraordinary life. Here is your fellow explorer in the realm of curiosity and discovery, with almost 20 years of inviting people to embrace the greatness of them, Donnielle Carter.
So you keep saying you're too busy to do the thing you actually want to do. The project, the business, the relationship, the cleaning. But what if busy is the thing you're using to avoid the creating? Welcome to the Exploration of Wonder. I am your host and fellow explorer, Donnielle Carter. I am a nationally board certified health and wellness coach with intuitive empowerment coach with almost 20 years of experience. And if you have a topic that you would love to hear more about, please let me know at hello@donnielle.com, DONNIELLE.com. Because if you want to know about it, I want to know about it. And if we want to explore it, trust me, other people are curious about it too. So don't hesitate. Drop me a line at hello@donnielle.com. So today we're talking about one thing that we all use a lot, the word busy. I'm so busy. Oh, I'm so busy, right? And I don't just mean the calendar kind. I mean the kind where you're wearing it like a badge. I'm so slammed. I'm so busy. That, oddly enough, kind of makes people respect you more or give you kudos. It's like, oh, good for you. You're so busy. Okay. But today we're going to talk about the difference between busy and productive. And I promise you, it's not about the difference that you think. Okay. So here's the pattern. Here's what I mean by busy. And I'm going to be specific in this because this isn't about having a full schedule. We all have full schedules. It's just the nature of our reality right now, okay? The kind of busy I'm talking about is the kind of busy where you're spinning your wheels. It's motion. Sure, I'm in motion, but there's no movement. That's a big difference. You're tired, you're running, you're doing things, but the business isn't moving forward. The creation isn't moving forward. The hobby, the project, whatever it isn't moving forward. You're spinning your wheels, okay? And sometimes, so when you're busy like that, oddly enough, the goal isn't about moving forward. It's about the avoidance of it, which is really kind of weird. And, and this is something I've had to really look at myself over the past few years. I've been making some major changes in my life the last 5 years. And I admit, for like the first 3 years, I'm like, I'm so busy. I was just spinning my wheels. In my business, I wasn't launching anything. I wasn't creating anything. I mean, I was doing the minimum stuff to make a living. But I wasn't doing the bigger projects that I had in plan. And so I really had to start looking at this energy and go, I'm so busy, but I'm not creating. I was in motion, but there was no movement. Because you guys ever seen like a hamster wheel? There's a lot of motion, right? They run, they spin, they spin, they spin, they spin, they spin, but they don't get anywhere. They get their steps in, which I guess is admirable. All of us are worried about our steps, right? But there's no movement forward. And so how many of us have said this of like, I have no time. And we hold it up like a trophy. I know I did, right? Being busy has become socially acceptable. It's even admired, like I said. And so, look at this. When's the last time you said, I'm so busy to a group of friends, at a party, or just sitting around, and they just go, oh, you're so busy, I'm so impressed. Well, then our subconscious goes, great, I need to be more busy so I can be more admired, more acknowledged, more thought well of. but are you actually moving? Okay, so why do we do this, right? Because you know me, I don't just say like, oh, here's a problem. I'm going to get into tips later as well. So why do we do this? Why do we keep ourselves busy, keep ourselves in motion, but we don't actually create movement? What is being busy actually protecting you from? A couple of things. Well, first, busy protects you from the result. And I've done a lot of shows on this, so I'm not going to spend the entire time on it. You can look at the problem of potential show. You can look at, I forget ever which one, something about identity, but busy protects you from the result. If you're still quote unquote working on it, you never have to find out if it works. No finished thing, no verdict. Basically, it's like in the show with problem of potential. If that's always a possibility, you're like, oh, I could do that. I could create that. I could be that, have that, stand out there, or whatever it is. And if part of you is like, I don't know if I want that, you fear failure, and you can fear success of it because it would change your identity, change your relationships, all that stuff. Like I said, go watch the problem with potential. I talk about that the whole time. So we can actually stay busy, stay in motion. Look, I'm creating. But there's no movement. There's no actual accomplishment in there because we're avoiding the results. We're avoiding actually finding out if we failed or if we succeeded. Okay? And, you know, that's the other point. I'm kind of weaving it into this is busy protects you from the failure, but it also protects you from the success. Okay? So you have to look at the results that you're busy towards. Is it something you actually want? Is it something you fear? Is it something that you may want, but you're afraid of the repercussions of actually achieving it? Like I said, it can change relationships. It can change who you are. It can change how people view you, positive or negative, right? You know, I work with a lot of people in weight loss, and some people will keep on weight because they are fear. They're like, well, no, I'm the fat friend, or all of us get together and go to lunch, and if I'm changing the way I eat, I can't go to the pizza place with them, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And so they'll stay busy. They'll stay, quote unquote, busy losing weight, but they never actually lose weight. Speaking of which, I am launching a new a coaching program for people who are on medical things like GLP-1. So check it out on my website, Donnielle.com, if you're interested. I'm very excited about it. We're talking about the mindset, the identity shifts, and stuff like that. So check it out. Another thing that busy does, back to the show. Another thing that busy does is busy keeps you from the trying. But wait, Donnielle, didn't you just say that, you know, you're doing the pretense of trying and that you're in motion, but you're not being productive and you're not actually having movement? Yes, but busy keeps you and protects you from actually doing it. The real honest doing, the actual trying, right? Half doing while busy feels safer than doing and missing. Okay? It's, as we shift identities, so many of us are going, look, I'm doing this, I'm being this, I'm becoming this. Well, what have you done on it today? Well, I thought about it. Yeah. You need to really start looking at, like, what is the busy protecting you from? The results, from the actual doing, accomplishment of it, the trying, the success of it, the change of identity. Because here's what it is. It's like, okay, I'm not trying to say busy is bad, because trust me, we're going to be busy. I'm looking at the busy of not getting anything done. We've all had those days. Have you ever had those days where you got done and some partner or friend or whatever said, how was your day? You're like, I was really busy today. Oh, what'd you get done? I don't know. I know I was busy all day, but I don't know what I've accomplished. Those are spinning your wheels. I had so many of those days. And for me, they started to become red flags because, I would have a friend go, "Hey, how was your day?" I'm like, "Oh, I was so busy." And they're like, "Oh, what'd you do on blah, blah, project? Or what'd you do in general? What'd you get done?" And I'd be like, I'd literally sit there, it's usually on video, and I usually sit there and scratch my face and go, um, I know I was busy all day, but I can't tell you what I've done. Like, I would have to look at the notes or the day, and I'd be like, I I don't know what I did today. Okay? And I was busy all day, but I hadn't accomplished anything. There's a big difference. Have you guys ever said that? Yeah, okay. And so, and that's the thing is, like, the partner with this busy is also the exhaustion. Anybody ever applaud you for being so tired and so exhausted? I mean, don't get me wrong, we're tired, we're exhausted. We're an overstimulated society. Don't get me started on that. We don't have enough time. But when you're just in that cycle of busy instead of actually productive, um, we can hold our tired and exhausted like a badge of honor. Look how busy I was. I'm so tired. So please stop looking at that or please start looking at that because it's a red flag. It's not a gold star. And so many of us get a gold star from it. Oh, you're so exhausted. Good for you. Instead of, I had friends try to call me out on it, and I wish I had listened to them, or they had slapped me upside the face energetically. This is a red flag, Donnielle, why you're so exhausted all the time, why you're so busy. This is a red flag. It's not a badge of honor. It's a red flag. So please look at it. Is it a red flag that you're busy, or are you actually accomplishing? Okay. Because here's what nobody actually tells you about living, quote unquote, busy. It doesn't protect you from the failure. It just delays finding out if you failed or succeeded. And that's what's so interesting is so many of us will, it's like, well, if I never do this, I never have to fail. But that grows on us. Time is not linear. And when we live in that future or pause that future of like, I don't know if I want to find out if I'm going to fail or succeed at this, we think we're being safe. We think we're being smart about it or found a loophole, right? That potential is always out there. That possibility of the failing is always out there. That possibility of success is always out there. But it weighs on us. And that's part of the exhaustion. And that's what's interesting. Really look at that. If we're avoiding a project, conversation, anything like that, and we think, oh, well, if I never have to do it, it never has to happen. If I never put any energy into it, we think we found a loophole. That's always out there then. It's no big deal. But it weighs on us. It weighs on our energy. It weighs on us psychologically. It lays on us physiologically, right, with our body. And the more we do that, the more exhausted we get. So the kind of exhaustion I'm talking about in the show isn't just about the actual physicalness of doing. It's the actual exhaustion of energy, of the depletion of you, yourself, who you be, what you are, because you're avoiding all these future things. You're just so caught up in the busy that you're not actually creating, because your natural state, my friend, is creation. You open your eyes, you go out in the day, you're creating. You may say something wrong, you're still creating. You may say something right, you're creating. But you're always creating, my friend, and you really need to look at that. So what is the busy hiding you from that you think you're protecting it from, okay? Because being busy doesn't protect you from failure or success. It just delays finding out, okay? And when you're spinning your wheels instead of moving forward, it looks like the goal doesn't get any closer, it just gets older. I don't know about you, but I've been waiting to publish a book or finish a book for a long time, okay? And so when you spin your wheels instead of moving forward, you also keep the identity of someone who's working on it without ever risking someone who tried and failed or tried and succeeded, right? Like, I was always like, they're like, how's your book? I'm working on it. How's your book? I'm working on it. It's great. It's great. It's changing, rewriting it. New information's coming in. See how easy those roll off my tongue? Because I used them. Okay. And here's the thing. The exhaustion is real, but not from progress. Okay. It's the motion nowhere to land. It is what I was talking about with that energy of it exhausting, depleting you. Okay. And every year, the same story. The story says the same. I'm just too busy right now. I'm just too busy right now. I'm just too busy. If I didn't have to do this, like a lot of people, like if I didn't have to do the job, I could create all this. If I didn't have to do this X, Y, and Z, I could create something else. And well scheduled, like I said, this isn't about having a clear schedule because we all have it. But that's the trap, okay? Busy feels like effort. It even feels virtuous, but it's not the same thing as productive. And deep down, you know the difference. I'm just putting a name to it. And some of this might be very uncomfortable. And I wish I could say I was sorry, but I'm not. If you're having these red flags, someone needs to call it out. Let me be that one. Are you being busy or are you being productive? Is this exhaustion coming from the actual doing or is the exhaustion coming from the avoiding? That is huge, huge difference, my friends. Because tired is not proof of progress. Tired is not proof of progress. So what are you tired from? What are you exhausted from? I want you to ponder that while we go to break, okay? Because really look at this. And not from judgment, not from self-flagellation. Remember, everything I ever talk about is never to get you to judge you. It is just to help you see where you're functioning from. Because my friends, once you see where you're functioning from, you're not avoiding, you're not hiding, you're present, and then you have all choices, all possibilities out there, including finishing whatever you want. All right, my friends, we're going to go to a break. You are watching The Exploration of Wonder with me, your host and fellow explorer, Donnielle Carter. We're on Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
Ever feel like there's more to life than meets the eye? A sense of wonder just beyond your grasp? Are you ready to create a life that inspires you so much that each day you are excited to wake up and live it? Join Donnielle Carter, a nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, weekly as she explores the universe on the exploration of wonder. Explore everything from harnessing the power of your mindset to connecting with your intuition and harnessing the energetic forces around us. With a blend of humor, warmth, directness, and a dash of cheekiness, Donnielle shares easy-to-use, pragmatic, yet magical techniques you can implement immediately to infuse your life with wonder. Join us as we navigate the fascinating landscapes of the seen and unseen, and together create lives filled with joy, purpose, and boundless possibility.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is The Exploration of Wonder with your guide, Donnielle. To participate in this program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to hello@donnielle.com. Now back to the exploration.
Welcome back, my friends. So today we're talking about why busy feels safer than successful. And I know busy has become a safe haven for a lot of people. Proof that we're doing our lives, that we're living, that we're functioning. But what if just functioning isn't enough? What do you actually want to create? Because busy, my friends, is not the same as productive. Busy is motion, sure, hamster on a wheel. But productive is movement forward towards the goal, the business, the habit, the creation. It's actually getting closer to done. And here's the thing. They can look identical from the outside. One person could be busy and getting a lot actual accomplished. Another person could be busy and they're not. So they can look identical from the outside, so it's not an automatic, oh my gosh, they're exhausted, it must be a red flag. No, sometimes they've freaking accomplished a lot and they had a busy day and whatever it was, and yeah, so they're tired, right? But other people are spinning and busy and getting nothing done. So they can look identical from the outside, but they're completely different on the inside and productive side. One person's busy is real, focused, work, moving something forward. While another person's busy is avoidance, wearing the same outfit. The tiredness looks the same, but the results don't. Okay, so I'm just inviting you to really start looking at this as like, if you've had the same project for 3 years or a year or a month and nothing's getting done and you're tired from it, tired from life or whatnot, what's actually going on? That's the red flag. Because trust me, this is not about doing less as much as I want to. Anybody else just kind of want to do less? Yeah. And that's a whole other show. And there's a lot of good shows on here. Like check out Inspired Choices for Business Success. It's on their network by our own Christine McIver. And she talks all about how to like optimize business growth. Thank you. Inspired Choices for Business Growth. She talks all about how to like optimize your time and stuff like that. So go check that out. So because this isn't about doing less necessarily, it's about asking whether what you're doing is actually taking you somewhere, or is it just keeping you occupied enough that you don't have to ask the questions. And listen to what I just said. Is it keeping you so busy, so occupied that you don't have to ask the questions? What do you mean, Donnielle? Thanks for asking. What I mean is, have you ever been so busy that you can't think? You can't create? Yeah, sometimes we will exhaust ourselves to avoid asking those questions, to avoid asking, what am I avoiding? Because we're that cute that we can actually do that way. Okay, but we do this where it's like, oh, well, I'm holding this up as I'm just so tired. I would create that, be that, do that, have that if I just had more time. And don't get me wrong, there are some people out there, schedules are full, right? They have to work 3 jobs to support themselves or kids, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. You guys know the difference. What I'm talking about of like, if you're busy to keep yourself on the hamster wheel with a project, or you're busy because that's your life currently. So how do we shift it? Well, here are some tips to shift from busy to productive and how to know the difference. Ask, did this move it forward or just fill the time? Okay, it's number 1. Did this move it forward or did it just fill the time? At the end of the day, ask yourself honestly, did the goal actually move forward? Did the project, the task, whatever it is, actually move forward? Or were you just occupied? Okay, and really be present with that answer, even when it's uncomfortable. And if you're too tired to ask that question, red flag. Okay, because like those end of the days when my friends were like, oh, what'd you do today? And I'm like, I was busy all day. That was a red flag. I didn't pay attention to it. Please, you pay attention to it. Ask. Number 2, notice what you're avoiding by staying busy. This one gets uncomfortable. This one you need to get vulnerable. But busy always has a job. Sometimes the busy is actually accomplishing it, yes. But the type of busy we're talking about today is covering for something. It's helping you avoid a result, a failure, a success, a hard conversation, a real attempt. Be present with it. Name it. Name what you're covering for and be present with it. Okay? That begins to shift it, because when you're present with it, you can see the path forward instead of just hamster wheel spinning. Number 3, and you guys knew this was coming, pick one thing that actually moves the needle. Not the whole list, just one thing, okay? Just one thing that if it helped it move forward today, it would actually create some forward movement, some momentum. And then do that before anything else in your day. Okay, you can have breakfast. Coffee. Definitely coffee. Number 4, get suspicious of your own exhaustion. Tired isn't automatically a gold star. We've been taught it in the society at large. The more tired you are, the more you're applauded. But you know what? It's not. Overstimulating your nervous system and deregulating it is actually doing you physical and psychological harm. Not to be dramatic, but it's true. That will have longer lasting results. Okay, so get suspicious of your own exhaustion. Because if you're exhausted from spinning your wheels, it's so different than the exhaustion from the accomplishment. Because if you're tired and exhausted from the accomplishment, you heal from that. Full sentence, I guess. Nothing else came out. So please, get suspicious of your own exhaustion. Number 5, let something stay undone on purpose. And so many busy people struggle with this one. I know I do. Let a low priority thing sit unfinished, so a real priority thing can actually get done. And it's more than just reorganizing your day. It's really looking at like where you want to put your energy. Okay. And then number 6, say the honest sentence out loud. Not, I'm just too busy. Try, I've been avoiding finishing this because if I do it, then people will see me for who I am, or I think I'll be judged, or whatever. Okay, it's uncomfortable, but the conversation needs to be had, and it's the first step out of the loop. You don't have to say it to anybody, just yourself. Be present with it for you so you can actually see what's going on. Okay? So take a breath, my friend. Ask yourself gently, no judgment, just noticing, where have I been calling busy productive because it felt safer than finding out if I could or if I couldn't, or if it would succeed, or if they would still love me, or whatever it is, right? What's the one thing that's actually been sitting still while I've been telling myself that I have no time? Because you don't have to slow down to fix this. You just have to get honest about where the motion is, put your energy. Busy was never proof that you're doing it right. It was just proof that you're moving, and moving is not the same as momentum and productive and getting there and getting it done. So just ask yourself again, where have I been calling busy productive because it felt safer than finding out whatever it is? All right, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. Next week, you don't want to miss this one. It's interesting. It's on the fawn response, talking about nervous system. We have the, the fight, all that kind of stuff. Wow, my head is real fuzzy today. You have the fight or flight. Well, this is the fawn response. It's very interesting. It's this new thing coming up. And so please check it out. All right, my friends, have a great week, a fun week, a magical week, and a very productive accomplishment week. And be back here next week, because guess what? I will be too. Till then, keep exploring. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you for exploring with us today. Donnielle returns Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific. Until then, be curious, be wonder, and explore the magical universe around you.